What's going on, Tribe Gang? This is evrYwhr, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
Listening to your music and getting all of these positive vibes every time you release something, I had a feeling I was going to get that same feeling talking to you. And sure enough, that's exactly what's happening right now. After we've kind of gone through such a difficult 2 years now, you're still able to keep that positivity going with your music and obviously your mental health. But like, how much of a challenge was it to kind of keep going, being on top of the world while these things were kind of happening?
It's a challenge. I think it's a continuous challenge because we're getting used to collectively saying goodbye to the lives that we once knew without the closure. And I think it's up to us. It's our choice to be able to have the healing on the other side of it, and find the closure within. But we all had these big lofty goals or these thoughts that we thought things were places we were going to travel or people we were going to see, and there was this long bout of time where all that was uncertain and our health was uncertain. So I think on the other side of it, dude, just gratitude. And I say on the other side lightly because we're still going through it, but gratitude, grounding myself in gratitude, grounding the things that I do have, the family that I do have, the connection with myself I do have on the other side of this, because a lot of it brought a lot of introspect.
With all that going on, I mean, do you feel that you personally, like your mindset for your music kind of changed in any way? Maybe like you realized that you want to dive in deeper into these positive songs, these positive lyrics. Like, did you have that going on?
No, I just felt like it was the time to give them.
Hmm.
I just felt like it was the perfect time to give them. Starting with Letter to the White House. We've got this song that I've written, and it's for the moment that the political climate was so tense and people were so divided, to be able to give, we need love, 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 and then come in with positive vibes and just recognizing that we all been hit hard with this, just being able to stay elevated. And then with my latest release, Tie Dye, being able to say, hey, let's all embrace, in a world that's trying to, and I believe it's continuously tried to do this, but make people normal, kind of normalize people or put them within a box, standing out and embracing the colors that make you unique, all of those many hues that make us individuals. So it's just been the perfect timing to give that, because I think that's what we need.
Take me into the studio, like your creative process right now. I don't know if it's changed in any way, but songs like Tie Dye, which is your current single, like what was that creative process like? Did this song kind of grow as, or kind of create its identity as you were in the writing process, or did you come into it knowing what you were going to be writing about?
No, bro. Yeah, that came to me in the writing process. I had booked out a session. I booked out a few sessions in Los Angeles when I visited, and I was going through some different tracks that I had. I reached out to some different producers that I knew and said, "Hey, man, I'm going to be locking in just to create." And I wanted to be free, and I didn't want to be thinking, "Okay, I'm working on this project or I'm working on this television show." I just wanted to be free and create. And I just remember going through, it's like, this is time to make the show, looking at your better tone, looking at your top on your shoulder. It's anybody laugh on the boat. Cynic on a mission, all of our tie dye. And it just kind of came to me because a lot of times when I'm creating, the music is speaking to me. It's speaking a story. If I'm sitting in front of an instrumental, and when I get to the chorus, I know, okay, this is where I want to bring things together. And it just started erupting as tie dye, tie dye. I was like, oh my God. And I just felt this chill, right? So I ended up having another session where I brought my brother B Sims in, because I hadn't got an opportunity to work with him in a while. I was like, man, I really want to bring you in on this project. And I already had Kim Tenkeman in there to add some vocals in. And I said, look, I just want to make this a community thing. We wrote the record. I found out that the original instrumental was not available. The thing that I was working on was not available. And that gave me a better opportunity to just reach out to the homie Blair Taylor. And him and I have built an extraordinary relationship. I was like, yo, I just called him instantly. As soon as I found out it wasn't available, I was like, okay, cool. Yo, B, I got something extraordinary for us to build. And he put his magic, his colorful experience on it. And he's just an extraordinary producer, man. I've been working with him for the longest. And yeah, man, it just all started to come together from there. I think it was over the course of, it was about over maybe 4 sessions in 3 in LA and 1 down here in Atlanta.
Man.
Yeah.
And that chemistry between, actually, before we talk about Blair, I love that you mentioned like how hyped you got once you got the tie-dyed. Like that little falsetto, I feel like creates this song. I feel like it just
opens up, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was like, the beginning of the track, I was like, this is, I like this. This is dope. This is dope. Tie-dye. I was like, whoa.
Oh, wait a minute, Rob. Do I have to bring you in on a record? Do I have to bring you in on a record, Rob? Don't slide in. Don't slide in here with the vocals, okay? Don't slide in with vocals.
That was not expected. I was in the moment. You got me in the moment, man.
Here we go, man. I appreciate you blessing us, man. Look, Front Row Live, you just got blessed by Rob. Rob is holding back the vocals right now.
But yeah, like that feeling that I got, and I feel like we got that same feeling as you were creating it. Like, did you end up deciding like, all right, maybe I have to scratch a lot of things from this track, but like the tie-dye has to stay? Like, did you have that happen at any point?
You know, everything stayed. Everything stayed except for the track. Everything. I built the whole thing, and it just felt right. And when I brought Blair in, he added color. It was a completely different vibe. You know, that original song was a completely different vibe, but it still had that same pack, that same punch, right? But Blair brought color and a journey, and it was just, you know, you hear the flutes floating through it. You hear it just elevates, and he's just a master of bringing extraordinarily big compositional hooks as well. So it just explodes. He brought an explosion to it as well, man. It's just, yeah, man, I'm surrounded by dope people, man.
That's so sick. And the fact that you and Blair have been working together before, previous times with your music, like how does that impact every new track that you work on? Like how does he step you out of your comfort zone, especially with this latest single, Tie-Dye?
Dude, our thing is we push each other to explore the space. That's our thing. Explore the space. You know, it's a collaborative effort where we both play our position so strong. You know, whenever I come in with a top line and with a melody and lyric and concept, and he'll bring that composition and just body it, and it's just a beautiful marriage of sound, and we just push each other, and it's a trust. You know, it's a trust because after working so long with one another, we recognize that we love each other's taste. Absolutely are fans of one another's taste. And to be able to have that, man, it's a compatibility and a chemistry. You know, as I've taken a look at relationships across the board, you know, you got to speak the same language or a similar language or understand one another's language. And so a lot of people look for chemistry. And what I've recognized is compatibility is a key as well. And I love how he's such a finisher. You know, he's a closer, and it's just really it's great to work with him, man. Honestly, when I can say confidently that I'm working with living legends, you know.
Now, one of the things that I love about your music is that you sprinkle some spoken word into it, and the way that I see them is definitely affirmations, and like it, you know, you don't expect it, and it happens, and not only are you surprised that it happened, but you're surprised because of the things that you're saying, and you know, like, dude, I'm like chills. So it's like your songs and your lyrics are already like giving us this like new look on life, or like just being very positive, and then you throw us these affirmations, and it blows my mind. Like, How did this start for you? Like, was this a natural process for you every time you're in the studio, or was this something that you wanted to incorporate in your music specifically?
So spoken word has always been a big part of my life. Spoken word, just period. So you're going to hear that interlaced within future releases as well. And it may not always be as the affirmation, but I do also recognize, like, within the context of the songs that I'm giving, I want my people, my tribe gang, because that's the people who message, the people who follow what we're doing. You know, like, they're a part of a community. It's tribe gang. I want them to be able to have something that's going to elevate their spirit. So that's just the cherry on the cake. You know, that's the icing right there. And to be able to, when we're at shows, you know, this is what we get a chance to say to ourselves.
I love that you said that Blair kind of brought the color into this song. But when we look at the music video, which by the time you guys are watching, it's going to be out now. We look at the music video, and not only is it like a beautiful, like, love letter kind of cinematic look to LA, but just the colors are so warm. And I love that. Like, take me into that creative process for this video. And I feel like you had like entirely all creative when it comes to the video as well.
Man, I'll tell you what, it was a beautiful thing. The root of the video was connection, and being able to embrace. It was connection, it was homecoming. It was being able to embrace ourselves entirely. Um, you know, you look at the people who are in the video, and that's the warmth. That's a lot of the warmth. The color has to add to the vibe that's there, and that's my tribe. You know, those are a few people that are really special to me, and it was a long time since I'd seen the majority of them. You know, since before, like, we talk on the phone, but since before. And to be able to have those moments and then have that honesty right on camera, that was beautiful. And I ended up collaborating with Brilliant Garcia, and Ugo came through with the drip, and you know, it's just, I got a chance to work with some really extraordinary people, and we all gave our everything to it. um, there's so much within that video that just means so much to me. Just even with the beach scenes, I often go to the water, and that's where I get an opportunity to let go to things that I'm holding on. I give it to the water. And I have a unique relationship with the ocean and the moon, and you'll see my son in it. And it's just you speak about warmth. The colors, they're a reflection of the warmth of love, you know.
That's amazing, dude. And like, I love that, you know, you look at all these music videos and it's always some kind of party scene, some kind of raging scene. But with this one, it's family, something that I feel like we haven't been able to see much in videos alone, especially after, you know, these 2 years that we're going through. Um, so did you have the idea of this track already as you were writing the songs, the lyrics, or was this something that, you know, kind of grew as you were listening to the song over and over once it was finalized?
In all honesty, the visual aspect, I had an original treatment that would have actually cost in the realms of over 100 some thousand dollars, just due to
Man,
all the visual effects that would have been necessary. So what we did is we toned that thing back. We toned that thing back, and what we found was something special. And it was really just giving an opportunity to. I was a fan of Brilliant just going in, and I had been watching her work for 7 years, and um, then I got an opportunity to link with her, you know. And so putting some of that process in her hands, and just seeing what ideas she has as well, and just wanting to make sure that we keep it focused on the community aspect, because that's really really important to me. It's really important to a lot of the message that you'll see, just even moving forward with my future releases, you know. And so yeah, I think we found something very special, and I just make sure that I stay open for contributions from my team, because you know, I got to surround myself with some dope people, and I get to surround myself with these dope people. So I get a chance to put some trust in that too, and also take my own intuition as well.
I feel like you kind of dug yourself in a hole right now just because you created this music, positive aspects, so many incredible vibes, but now I want more. So, like, what?
Oh, dude, that's no hole, dude. I'm gonna fill that hole easily. Come on, it's coming. It is coming. Like, it is not done.
So,
The
well,
hole
that's the
will
thing. Like,
easily be filled.
perfect, because I need more music from you. Like, I can't just listen to what's on Spotify right now. Like, I need a record. So what are your plans on working on a project, and what is that, what is your mental state in that right now?
My mental state. So the project will be coming next year. Um, and I just got off of a meeting where I was discussing with my team my ideas for where I want to take this thing, because we've seen my positive. We've seen all the things like, yo, man, I'm love. I'm love. Like, that's not an act, bro. Like, I'm love. And I need you to know that love shows itself in so many different ways. And also, I've gone through, I've had the struggle. And I get an opportunity to continuously remind myself of the spaces of gratitude that I hold. And I'm just really looking forward to giving more of the story, more of who I am, and allowing people to get a chance to see who they are within my journey, because a lot of it is relatable. A lot of it I've even noticed in conversations with people who are close to me. This is work. This is self work, And so as I do self work, those who are on the journey with me get an opportunity to see their light in my reflection.
At the end of this, I feel like you're going to have like a doctorate degree, like just because of everything that you've been giving us with your lyrics.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. I'm definitely a student. I am definitely a student. I love to give and teach, but the one thing that I look at it as, because I started up this community called Freedom Love Tribe Gang, and uh, what it is a garden, right? It's a garden where we get an opportunity to find like plots and grow, bloom, and sometimes you're the gardener, sometimes you're the seed.
Well, I look forward to more from you. And, next time for sure, we have to do this in person. So whenever you're back in LA, we'll make it
It's
happen
down.
for real. Because this vibe that I get with you, like, I feel like more people need to experience it. Um, and saying that, I hope there's shows soon, because I can only imagine what, we might come into this show like feeling stressed out, and then we might leave like with a whole new perspective on life. And that's all thanks to you. So, looking forward to that, man. And thank you for the music that you've released so far, man.
Man, Rob, I'm grateful for you giving me a platform to be able to share. Thank you for your authenticity, and blessings on everything that you're building, man.